country. So today we're back at Black Kettle, gonna do some shed hunting. I wanted to kind of hit that Spring Creek Lake area. That's a spot that I found antlers in the past. There's always a lot of deer in that section. I've got a lot of fond memories of hunting in that section over the years. So I might come up with a few stories to tell you guys about some deer that we killed in there. We'll just see what we can come up with. So I'm going to get up here where the parking spot is, where the private meets the public. I'm going to get out right there and start walking up through there and see what I can find. So just give me a few minutes to get up there, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm up here looking for sheds today, and I wanted to tell you this story because it's one that's huge in my life, and it's one of the best memories that I have of deer hunting, and it's kind of a neat little story. So it's 1992. It's October, and it's a Friday night, and I'm in Purnell, Oklahoma, playing a football game. I remember it being really cold that night. The field was really icy. It had rained and it was ice, and it was really cold. And we were playing a football team that I don't think they had won any games that year. Matter of fact, I think they only had 8 players. They called them the Crazy 8 because the whole team, we played 8-man football, and I think they only had 8 players total. So anyway, we had a really good football team that year. It was my sophomore year. It was the kickoff after the halftime. And I run down on the kickoff. I make a tackle. I get tangled up in a bunch of players. And I come out with a broken leg. I just remember laying on the sidelines and my dad being there. And they ended up, before the game was over, obviously my leg was broken. And they ended up picking me up and putting me in the car and driving me back to Clinton, where I had an x-ray on my leg. And they said, your leg's broken. You're going to have surgery. And I said, well, I have a football game to play next week. You know, we're playing Central Marlowe next week, and it determines whether we get to go to the playoffs or not. And the doctor said, you're not going to be playing football next week. You're going to have surgery. So I sat at home that weekend, waiting on the doctor to get back. I don't think he was in town. I remember the name of the doctor. His name was Dr. On. He was a doctor in Elk City. So on a Monday morning, I went to Elk City Hospital, had the surgery. I was in the hospital from Monday till Friday morning. Got out on a Friday morning and drove to Central Marlowe that evening to watch the football game. It was a game that we had to win to make the playoffs. And unfortunately, we did lose that ball game, and we didn't make the playoffs that year. That was my sophomore year. So, come deer season, obviously my football season was over. So, come deer season, the third week of November, my dad asked me if I wanted to go deer hunting, if I was going deer hunting, and I said, of course, broken leg or not, crutches or not, surgery or not, I'm going deer hunting. So, we come up, and I don't remember how many days we hunted before I killed the deer. I don't think it was the first day, but I remember it being really, really cold in my foot that had the cast on it. I couldn't insulate it. You know, I put a bunch of socks on, but I couldn't insulate it that well, so my foot was so cold. I remember that. And we ended up one evening because I couldn't walk. So we ended up one evening standing right along here somewhere in one of these trees. I can't tell you which particular tree it was. I think it was either this tree here or that one up there. I believe it was this one, but it's been so long ago. I really don't remember exactly. Things have changed a lot, but we're only, you can see the roads right here. We're only about maybe 50 yards from where the road is, because I couldn't get in. I couldn't walk on those crutches and stuff. So me and my dad got in one of these trees right here. We kind of was standing right here, kind of tucked back in here, watching and being quiet. And a little bit before dark, we see a buck walking out right across the little dip. You can see how it's kind of low right there. So a buck comes from my right to left and is walking out across there. And I can remember getting up on the gun, my dad saying, there he is, you know, and I got up on the gun. And I can just remember him telling me, don't miss, you know. And this was going to be my first deer, my first buck. And I just remember getting on the deer, getting the crosshairs on him, pulling the trigger. And the deer starts running and my dad starts running. And I can't run, but I'm trying my best to kind of go on those crutches and carrying the gun. And he's going out through there ahead of me. And the deer runs out there a little ways and falls down. So ended up, you know, making a perfect shot on the deer. Shot him right through the ribs. And he runs out there, you know, 50 yards and piles up dead. So one of the fondest memories that I have of, you know, being up here and hunting and being with my dad, and that being my first deer. So that just kind of brings me back, you know, to those stories I have of the area. I don't remember whatever happened to those antlers. I'm sure I had them for a few years, but they got lost during time. And I do have a picture somewhere of me with that deer. And I'll try, when I get home, I'll try to find that picture. And I'll post it up here on this video if I do. So just want to tell you guys that story. Just something that's real fond to me, and one of the memories I have up here that I'll never forget. My very first buck and the situation that I was in, and it's being with my dad. So anyway, I'm going to walk up through here, see if I can find some sheds, and we'll probably make a right-hand turn and go east a little ways and see what we can find. Hope you enjoyed that story. I got a lot of stories like that I'm going to try to bring to you guys during this series of videos. But anyway, if I find something, then I'll be back. Okay, guys, so I turned east right there, and I've been walking for quite a ways, and I've seen quite a few buck signs. There's a little tree right there, a buck had rubbed. Little pine tree there. I can see one right up here, pretty good size rub right up here. Just kind of walking these trails here. There's a tree that a buck rubbed right there, pretty good. Hey guys, look right there. You see that right there? Is that an antler? Holy cow, guys. Look right there. I cannot believe it. Oh, man. Look at this. Look at this deer. Holy cow. Look at this public land shed. I am not believing this. I have walked so many miles. This antler looks like it's been laying there. This may be last year's antler. Look at the length on that G2. Thank you, Lord. I cannot believe this. Let me get down here. What a nice public land buck. Holy cow. This is going to be my first shed of the season. And it is a doozy. Thank you, Lord. What a nice looking deer. That's one we're going to cherish for a long time. I haven't done any shed hunting videos. I think this is only my second video I've ever taken about shed hunting. And I find very, very few, especially on public lands. And that is a nice one. Holy cow. You know, it's amazing sometimes what survives gun seasons up here on these public lands, how these deer make it through gun season with the thousands of people up here hunting them. But that is a really special one. Really cool find there, guys. Just came by all that buck sign as I was coming down through there. And ended up picking this guy up. So, holy cow. What a neat deal. Yeah, you're going to see that one at the house in the pile. That's going to be right on top of the pile, as a matter of fact. Holy cow. I'm just going to keep walking up through here. See what else I can pick up. You know, that's one thing you never know. You just walk so many miles and not see anything. And then all of a sudden, there lays an antler. Now that's the amazing part about it, and just so rewarding when you put the time in and you find these things. If you're an antler addict, kind of like me, you know, it's pretty cool to find these things. This tree row here is just a jumble of dead trees and cedars and all kinds of stuff. I'm still on the Spring Creek section. I'm way on the north side, on the opposite side of the lake. So I'm walking down the tree row on the north side. I probably shouldn't be telling anybody where I'm at. You guys will be watching these videos and you'll be coming out here and finding my antlers. But I may not do that anymore. But anyway, that's where I'm at this time. Well, I'm just going to keep going up through here. But yeah, there's the first one of the year. Really nice shed, really cool buck. Got a couple of kickers there, really long tines. Yeah, that's a nice one. So I'll just keep going up through here. If I find another one, then I'll be back. Okay, guys, so I made a U-turn and I come back to the south about 50 yards, and I'm walking back to the west, and I come upon this rub here, and that was a pretty nice buck. Rubbed that tree right there. So I thought, since I filmed that last rub, that I might walk up here and find an antler. We'll go this way. I'll show you another one. I have seen so many rubs in here. Of course, I don't come up here during rifle season and hunt anymore just because there's so many people. I don't feel safe about it. But there was another tree that got rubbed, and that was all the way down this tree row. Of course, I can't show you guys all of them, but so many rubs in here. And this country, you can see out through there how it's just got all these shin oaks. I don't know exactly what they're called. That's what I call them, and I'm not no, plantologist or anything. I've walked through millions of this stuff. There's some right there that has, little acorns on it. So they do have acorns on them. I guess the deer eat them probably. But that's what this country is up here. A lot of it is just this shin oak is what I call it. If you know the scientific name for it, you can leave a comment and tell me what it is. Make me a little bit smarter, maybe. I'd appreciate that. I tell you what I do find a lot more of, and that's stuff like that. And stuff like that. Coca-Cola cans and cow patties. But yeah, this section here is a really neat section, and I've been on every inch of it. I've seen so many deer here in the past, growing up as a kid. Shot a lot of deer out of here. I can't even tell you how many deer I've shot here. And I do believe I can remember years ago, my cousin, Blaine, was up here hunting with us. So my dad's brother Blaine, his son Blaine, me and my dad, and I think my cousins were here too. We're up here hunting in this section. And my cousin called him Little Blaine. They call me Little Glenn. We were up here on the tree row, kind of where I shot my first buck, but more towards the middle. And my uncle ran a deer out of the tree row, and it ran out to the east in this open grass. And I do believe that's the first doe that my cousin Blaine had killed. That was his first deer. So he killed his first deer in this section, and I killed my first deer in this section. So, and he killed that deer with the 30-30 as well. It's my uncle's 30-30. And we lost him 2021. We lost him to COVID. He was only 50 years old. But, I do remember him killing that deer. Him and my dad were shooting at the deer. And I think there was kind of a debate on whether my dad killed it or he killed it, whose bullet actually killed the deer. But I think at the end of the day, we determined that Little Blaine shot that deer. So that was his official first deer in the same section I killed my first deer in. So that's a neat little story too. while I'm telling stories up here. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of cutting across. I'm going to go diagonal across here to get back to the truck and go to a different spot, walk it out. I don't want to make these videos too long for you guys. I like to keep my videos a little bit shorter. But yeah, we're going to walk back to the pickup, kind of catty corner here, kind of hit some of these big patches, like these little patches of woods that's all over. Maybe we'll get lucky again and God will bless us with another shed antler. If you don't, that's okay too. We're enjoying our time. I hope you guys are enjoying the stories as much as I'm enjoying telling them. Anyway, if I don't find something, I'll be back with you when we get to the next spot. Okay, guys, so I'm kind of out in the open grassland now, headed back towards the pickup, and I just seen something up ahead of the grass. It's kind of a rare deal these days on public land, especially. See if I can show you guys. There they go. Couple of bob whites. There's another one. Man, that scared the heck out of me. So we used to quail hunt and stuff up here a lot when I was a kid. You know, quail and rabbits and squirrels was their main thing that we, you know, come up here to hunt. We'd get out in a long line. Be me and my dad, Blaine, my cousin Spike, and my other cousin Michael. We'd get out in a long line and just walk these sections and just shoot whatever come up, you know, rabbits or squirrels or bobwhite quail. I haven't shot a quail in a long time. I'd like to do more of it if I had more time. And I just may make more time, you know. It's really something I'm going to start trying to get back into. Just doing a little more hunting. Especially since I'm, you know, doing these YouTube videos and stuff. I need to have some content, so. Anyway, my phone's telling me that I'm getting low on battery. So I thought I'd just get on here real quick and jump those quail for you. I'd like to shot at them. Didn't carry my gun today, but anyway, I want to get back to the pickup, get this thing on the charger, head to the next spot, and then I'll be back. Okay, guys, so the video's getting a little long here, so I thought I'd show you one last little thing. I just crossed the bridge, headed south to another area where I want to look for sheds. And I just wanted to show you guys what the Ouachita River looks like this far north. So here's the Ouachita River, amazingly. Doesn't look much like a river, but you know, like I said, we've been in a drought, and this is how small the river is up this far north. So this is the same river that dams up, or that runs into Foss Reservoir, and then you know, runs back behind our place where I did that fishing video. So just a neat little deal, where the difference in the river from down there, and in the further south you go, the bigger the river gets. But up here, you know, it's it's more of a creek than it is a river, and it's not even flowing. So anyway, I thought I'd show that to you to end this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Be another video coming up pretty soon. The Black Kettle series. Well, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll be back.